everybody.
Hello.
Happy Easter.
Yes, happy Easter to everybody. And I have to throw this little tidbit out before it slips my mind, because I was watching the Partwork show with Kevin Mark today. There's a new Partwork in Japan that Mark is vehement that he is not going to do it ever, no matter what, even if they give it to him. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know what he has wrong or what he has against Hello Kitty.
Oh, well, okay.
So are you going to do it, Buck?
It's in Japan. And probably not, because, with the retirement and everything, Partworks are going to become a little bit more rare on my channel, simply because they're really expensive. And with the way things are going, they might get a lot more expensive.
True.
Very true. Very true on that point.
So let me catch up with the chat. Jody, before the stream started, about 8 minutes before, said, "Is there anybody in there? Come out and play with me." Don said, "Smile if you can hear me." Had early, but let's see who shows up. Ricardo's here. Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo.
Let's see. We got Don. We got Jody. Don again. Ricardo said, "Happy Easter." Don responded. Good goodness. I'm skipping down to this because there's so many. Hi.
Trent says hello, happy Easter. Hey, Trent. And there's Howard. Hey, Howard.
Hey, Howard. Hey, Trent.
Who else we got? Mary. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Sure.
Hey, Mary. Happy Easter to you, too.
Stephen Haynes. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Stephen. Good to see you.
Do we have anyone else we've missed? Jody says, "Hi, Mary," who's right behind me. She's not a stalker.
No.
Pete. Pete is new to me. He says, "Good
Welcome,
evening, all."
Pete.
I don't know if anybody else knows Pete.
Oh, that's a new name for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're new, welcome to the stream. Hope we don't scare you away.
And if we don't scare you away, you're tougher than a lot of people. Actually, today we've got the relatively calm people on.
Yeah, we do, actually.
Things might get a little bit out of hand if Jordan shows up.
Yeah,
Not really.
We can break him.
You okay?
We can break Jordan, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Pete says, not watched your stream before, looking forward to it. Oh, that's so. I'm glad to hear that you're looking forward to it.
Yes, welcome.
Okay, let's go around, see what everybody's working on. So I guess I'm up in the corner here. We'll start with me. I'm working on my lav. It's an air defense lav. So today I'm going to be working with some oil brushers here and just going to modulate my color a little bit. So that's what I'm going to start off doing. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Up here in the corner, you can see from my Reliant Buddy build, I'm burning in my light here for on top of the torpedo launchers.
Oh, nice.
That's burning in. And yeah, my photon torpedoes have burnt in already. They're working good. But we'll exit that and we'll go to Keith first. And then we'll go to Buck, who's also got a mail call.
Yeah.
So, Keith, it looks like you're working on work. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah. It's something I started a while ago. Let me zoom out here. Hold on. so you can see it. It's the Orc Kill Rig from Warhammer.
Nice.
Very nice.
So I've started on that a while ago and just hadn't picked it back up and decided Friday I really need to start working on that. And I have all these paints for miniatures that aren't getting used. So decided I'm going to start doing this a little bit more, as well as still working on my wood and other stuff.
And take a break from the micro miniature photo etch.
Yes, exactly. So I got several of them to go. I've got
right
cool.
5 to go, and this is one that I did get finished quite a few months ago.
Yes, looking really good.
Very cool.
Okay. We'll come out and we'll go to Buck.
You've got mail.
Pattern baldness.
So, as I said in the Discord, I do believe I have been Super Howard double dashed. I knew Howard mentioned that he might have bought me something a couple of days ago in the chat, and so I came down the stairs this afternoon, and this was staring at me through the window next to the door, and I've moved it around a little bit, and the reason I say double dashed is because there's 2 boxes inside here.
Nice.
So let's find out what's in the box. And this is the one that Howard actually asked me if I had ever gotten it, and I think it is really cool because Howard and I both do these trams from Oakry. I like this one a lot. And let's see what the other one is. Oh, nice. Ooh. It is actually 2 of them.
Nice.
And this one, I believe, yeah, it's motion mode, station mode. I think this one you can actually get additional track for because I think it'll actually move. Very cool. Very cool. And thank you very much, Howard.
And for those of you who are new, Pete mostly, I guess, Dash Riptide is Howard.
Yes.
So he's a great
and
man.
He is very awesome. He supports all of our channels extremely well.
He does. Jody says he got his book nook today.
Very cool. I saw the post of the picture on Discord.
Nice. Sorry, were you going to say
something? Which one did
something?
you get, Jody?
And the one that he got is, I know it has stained glass on it. Beyond that, I'm not sure. But today, I will be continuing on the pirate book nook, the Lucky Pirates book nook that Todd bought.
Nice.
And Jody just said Medieval Castle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is
cool.
Very cool. But, no, Todd went, I don't know, if a little nuts. He got bit by the Santa Ken bug. I'm not sure. On Jordan's stream on Thursday, and sent out about 4,672 book nooks to people in HTM.
Yes. Oh, that's cool.
So let me get this back open. And that's what I tend to do when after the stream is I throw everything back in the box very orderly so I can find it again.
Smart move.
Uh-oh, I just saw a message from Jody. I want to see. Oh! Anybody have seen, let me make that big over here. I'm going to share it.
Okay.
Anybody has seen Jody's video from when he got the Sonic Saber.
Yes.
When he opened up his mailbox and had that disc in there, and then he pulled it out, and it was the HTM logo in gold and everything, and it had the light behind it. I was like, "Oh, that is so cool! I love that so much." And Jody is making me one.
Nice. That's sweet.
He's got it, the parts all cut out. I think that is so cool.
Oh, that is his work with like cutting stuff out and stuff like that is like amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. And the really cool part is, from his video, when this comes to me, I'm going to design some sort of a stand so that when it's sitting on a bench, it will be glowing like it was in his mailbox.
Cool.
Oh yeah, and Jody, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, Jody has got an amazing channel.
He does.
I would recommend people to go watch it if you haven't. He does some really interesting. If you're into sci-fi and Star Trek, he does some really nice mods with all that stuff.
Matter of fact, give me just a second. Let me run over to YouTube and grab his channel. I am going to post a link to it. It is fantastic what he does without having a whole lot of equipment.
No, I mean, it is. Like,
I mean, he does a lot of scratch building.
Yeah.
Which is it's amazing what he does. And
doing itself.
Yeah, he has a couple of kits on their way from us. I am looking forward to seeing what he does with those.
Yes.
Oh wow. Jody's gonna light it up. Very cool, Jody. Thank you very much.
Ask and you shall receive.
Pretty much. Which is really awesome because a lot of you guys haven't been here since the start. And really what this channel started out as me and another guy, and actually it was me and another guy who has since left. We're kind of upset with another channel we were associated with, not streaming ourselves, but, just a little bit bothered by things that went on there. And so we left and we created our own channel. And then we started doing things like Friday streams where we used to do, because Eric did a lot of minis and so does Donnie. So we did minis on Friday and it just kind of grew from there into Fridays and Sundays. And, we've grown immensely. And that's 3 or 4 years ago since we started it up. And it is here in the last year, it has started picking up a phenomenal amount of speed, and a lot of amazing people are joining and, just helping each other out.
Oh, it's so true. Like, our audience is a group of amazing people.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, when Eric and I started this channel, I don't think either of us had any idea it was going to go to where we have, what is it? We're up to 8 mods now, 8 moderators. We're almost maxed out on StreamYard, and just the number of people that are joining and watching and participating. That is the cool part.
Oh, and helping other people.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. And it is sad that Eric has left the channel, but he has other things that he's focusing on. And he's actually got his own channel. He's doing a little bit of work on a motorcycle on his channel.
Okay.
Doesn't have a whole lot of viewers, I don't know if he'd appreciate me throwing his channel out there or not. But he doesn't have a whole lot of viewers, but he does do some pretty good content. He's rebuilding I think it's a 73 Yamaha.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
We appreciate that, Jody. We really do. He said that I've, for one, love the sense of community I feel with you guys. And that's the thing, is that we are a community and it's nobody's more equal than anybody else. Even though I've been here from the beginning, and sometimes the guys will say, I own the channel. I don't. I don't own the channel. I just happen to be a member.
A little bit of model news. I see that Trumpeter has brought out a new model 148 scale Hind. That is the Hind A with the really square boxy nose, kind of like they tried to replicate in the original Wolverines or Red Dawn movie. Nice. So anybody who's wanting one of those those ugly fronted ones, let's look. Heard someone refer to it as a greenhouse. It's all boxy and got those glass windows and stuff.
Ian should be here. He's going to want one.
You know, he might want one. Yeah, true. I mean, I've got their 1/35th scale Hind D, I think, with the more modern looking cockpit, where it's got the more of a bubble look to it. Yeah, so for those of you wondering, Jordan is at a Easter family dinner. He said he might be an hour and a half late. So we'll see him on Wednesday. No?
He's going to get catted.
Oh, what? I missed something.
Talking about Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get catted.
He is.
But you know what? That's okay.
Yep.
This is a hobby.
Hey,
not
family
not
first.
life. Yeah, exactly. Family first. You ignore your family, they'll go away permanently.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
And that's the thing, is that truly that's something you need to pay attention to, is because I realized after I retired from the Air Force how much I ignored my family. And I do my best not to anymore. There are times that it's funny. There are times that Andre will be like, yeah, go stream. I'm like, are you sure? You don't want to do anything? And she's like, no, go.
Leave me alone.
Exactly.
She wants to do her stuff by herself without you.
Yep. And that's the thing, is that we both have some pretty time-consuming hobbies. Once we get the house fixed after the storms, I'm pretty sure she'll get back into her stained glass.
Any more word on that? For the repairs?
We finally got the initial settlement, and now we're waiting for the third quote. I think it's the third quote, but we're getting quotes, and it sounds like we're actually going to get the house made whole again. And
Nice.
the problem, we have problems with the fence after the storms. They were going to do some minor repairs. The insurance was going to do some minor repairs to the fence. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take all the money from the insurance and fix the house, and we're going to buy a new fence.
Oh, we have a new viewer. That'll be nice, Buck, when that's done. But sorry, we got Captain Nemo of the Nautilus. And said something in a foreign language I don't understand. It says, you know what that means?
I do not. I think that's French.
Okay.
Although Vader, maybe Dutch. Not sure.
And I was going to say, it doesn't look like French to me, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Latin, Jody says.
Which is a root language for both French, Dutch, German, most languages.
Exactly.
Most European languages.
Yes. What else? Don says, well, after last Wednesday when Ian had him all by himself.
That was a, I'm going to call it interesting.
Yeah, it was. So,
Mechanic. Go ahead, Ken.
I was going to say, Captain Nemo says it's the first line in A New Hope. Okay.
I was going to say the mechanical pencil bit on Wednesday was great.
Oh yeah, that was priceless. Classic Ian.
Something along the lines of Darth Vader. I should have known. I could smell you when I was captured.
Oh, okay, so that's Princess Leia's line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don said it was best left unsaid. It's not like we could say there were many train wrecks on on Wednesday.
No. Oh, what else? Oh, sorry, Keith. What were you saying, or were you going to read the same comment I was reading?
No, I was going to make the comment that I made about the mechanical pencil.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I've never seen somebody get so overwhelmed by mechanical pencils.
That's a first for me too. Poor guy. Just having no luck with that thing.
Well, the pencils had an unfair advantage.
IQ?
No, they hadn't been drinking.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll do it.
There we go. Lord Vader, I should have known. Only you would be so bold.
There we go. Howard says, pencils are hard for train monkeys.
Engineering is easy. Reading Klingon, that's hard.
Yes, Ricardo, that will go down in history.
Yes.
And of course, you got like some of the quietest guys on the channel here today.
Of course.
Ian's usually the talker. That's always great. Great thing about having Ian around.
Yep.
One of the great things. Ian's a good guy.
He is. Oh, for sure he is. He means well too, even, you know, when he says dumb things. It's not out of spite.
Okay, let me throw some tape on this one so it doesn't disappear. Hate when parts right next to each other fall out. Don is correct. Don is correct. We should send him standard pencils. I think I made a comment about wooden pencils during the stream.
I think, yeah, someone did. I guess that was you. Yeah, you can switch them to a wooden pencil. I mean, technically, you can get those weathering pencils from AK. You just have to sharpen them.
Oh, see, that's the funny thing. Let me see. Let me figure out if I can. There it is. I have so many things in drawers behind me. I do have wooden pencils in the tools.
Nice. When it comes to pencils, I've only got the mechanical ones.
I've got that set that Todd showed. And what was funny is when I was doing the panel lining with pencil on my Falcon, I used the 2mm and the pencil sharpener that comes with it.
There you go. And you had no issues.
Nope.
Well, there you go.
Well, I've been using mechanical pencils just about longer than Ian's been alive.
Well, experience counts for something then.
Yep. I think the other part of that was kind of funny was it was also Ian's birthday that night.
Oh, right. It was too.
Yep.
Oh. And Ricardo is correct. He blames everything on being from New York City.
Yeah, you hear a lot of stuff that's being blamed for him being from New York. And Howard is putting in a Paul Harvey quote.
I like that, Howard.
And now you know the rest of the story.
The frightening thing is the high school that I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made Paul Harvey one time. And not in a good way. Because, well, let's see. In the very early 80s, there was a lot of promiscuous students. It was bad enough that we made Paul Harvey news and commentary.
Captain Nemo's asking who that is. He was a radio show host for a very long time.
Yeah, he did. He would find obscure stories that were actually in the news, and his actual show was Paul Harvey News and Commentary, because he would make commentary about it. And one of the things that to this day, it still blows my mind that he came across this, because somebody in, of all places, New York City, called the cops. Well, they called the cops and got them to come out, and they did a report because somebody had stolen their food stamps out of their Cadillac.
Oh, really? Food stamps and a Cadillac.
Yeah. That was pretty out of the ordinary back then.
Yeah, no kidding.
And something that just occurred to me.
What's that?
I had a little bit of a difficult afternoon today. I was upstairs watching the Partworks show on my TV when this lens fell out of my glasses.
Oh, no.
And I reached up and I touched, I felt around it, and I was like, oh, that's bad, because it had popped open. The screw had come loose. And then, what it turned out was I felt the screw hit me in the chest when it fell out of the eyepiece. So I was able to take an old pair of glasses and put them on so I could see to fix it and get it back together.
Right.
And yes, Dash, my high school made the rest of the story.
Boxcar
Please.
Jerry is here. Hey, Jerry.
At least I heard that we did. I never heard the actual story. And so did one of the bases I was stationed at. It made CNN, or not CNN, but 60 Minutes.
Ooh, that's never a good thing.
Oh, no. That, not when 60 Minutes is doing a story about how people go to a party, the men threw their house keys into the bowl by the door, and on the way out, they just picked up a set of house keys out of the door, or out of the bowl by the door on the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, never a good thing when your military gets on 60 Minutes for that.
No.
And Howard, that I might do that. I also have blue Loctite, but right now the screw is all the way in. I am not going to mess with it. I don't want to take the chance of losing it, because it is a tiny, tiny screw. And Howard says he may have heard that story. Okay.
Sounds like Howard's had those same issues with glasses. I have too. I've had my lens pop out of my glasses.
Yeah. I have before, but about 2 weeks ago, I went through and cleared out all the old glasses. I I keep glasses for like 10 or 15 years after I no longer use them.
I used to do the same thing. And I'm like, why am I keeping that? It's not even the right prescription anymore.
I had the same thought, but it worked out really well that I happened to have the glasses still. So this is the kind of book nook you want to do because it has plenty of books, but they're not ones that you actually make. Cut this one out. I'll show.
Ronald
talking
McDonald
about.
is back, aka Andrew. The UK
Hey!
Andrew.
Welcome, Andrew. So there is the kind of books this book nook has.
Hey, Andrew.
These are easy to deal with.
Yeah, those look like they're nice and easy, simple. Okay, Captain Nemo says he's got some business to attend to, so he's got to leave. Sorry, you got to go. Come back anytime.
Yep, we should be here. What is it now? We've been on for 40 minutes. We'll probably be on for at least another 2 hours.
Normally, yeah.
Also, Captain Nemo, if you want to, if you haven't seen, we're on Wednesday nights and Friday nights as well.
We also have a Discord channel, which you can feel free to join us.
Yep, just let us know who you are in the. You'll go into a pre-screening channel, basically on Discord. Let us know who you are and what models you build. We'll let you in.
And Todd's popping his head in.
Yep.
Todd's
There's
saying
trouble.
hi. Popped in to say happy Easter and have a great Sunday. Thank you very much, Todd.
Yes, thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
Oh, Andrew said he just had supper. UK Andrew.
Nice.
I ate mine before coming on.
I haven't had anything yet.
I'll either eat on the stream like Todd does, or after the stream. Probably after.
Yeah, I usually lately I've been taking off a little bit earlier to go make something to eat. I'm not lucky enough to have someone either bring something to me or make something for me or anything like that.
Now there is that. She is one fantastic woman.
Yes, you're a very lucky man.
One of the things that makes her really fantastic is she's put up with me for over 30 years.
Yes. I didn't mean to agree so fast.
It's okay. I know.
I should have waited at least 5 seconds.
Nah.
Buck wouldn't have.
Nope. I'm not sure I'd have let you finish the sentence. Hey, Gordon. Welcome.
Well, hello, Gordon. Happy Easter.
Hey, Gordon.
So I'm kind of trying something here new. Like normally I'll just use really thinned oil paints to do my color modulation. Today I'm just kind of trying the oil brushers and blending. So I've done it before, but I don't remember what my results were. I just remember that mostly I do the other way.
Oh, that is very nice, Mary. She said if you weren't so far away, Ken, she would bring you a sandwich.
Well, I appreciate that, but my kitchen's much closer. So
There is that.
I'll just go get my own.
She likes to feed her friends.
Andrew says he used to hand feed his rabbit. You have a pet rabbit. What do you feed it mostly? Like, what do they eat? Stereotypically carrots, but I think they just like the tops more than the carrot themselves.
I think rabbits eat a lot of greens.
Yeah, lettuce, that sort of thing, I guess.
Yep.
Hey, Donnie. Donnie's here.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, Donnie.
So Donnie's asking, do the oil brushes work good? No, that's kind of the, oops, that's a little out of focus. That's kind of the result I'm getting. So this area I did earlier with some dark oil brushes and then kind of made that panel kind of darker. And then around here, I'm going with a lighter green and a yellow to kind of give it that. And I've kind of done the same on the top. So kind of got some different paneled areas.
Okay, this is funny. This is kind of funny because this drawer right here in this panel,
Yep.
it says to glue it. Why would I cut it out at all? I mean, it is laser cut to come out, but why would I cut it out?
No.
Just to glue it right back in.
Let's see here. Andrew says she was cute. She ate parsley and dandelions. Nice.
Very nice.
Todd says, by the way, welcome to the HTM Club, Keith. Your book nook arrives tomorrow.
Thank you, Todd.
And Donnie says, rabbits eat British Knights.
There is that.
Yep. Yeah. And Andrew says he's talking about Monty Python. Yep. Oh, Alex here. Happy Easter, Alec.
Happy Easter, Alec.
He says,
Hey, Alec, happy Easter.
in a few minutes. Wish I didn't. Also, hi, Todd. I'm excited for the Apache build after test fitting all the main parts I have so far. I saw your pictures online there in the Discord. Looking really good. Really good job. And Andrew's wishing everyone a happy Easter. All right. Let's keep going.
I don't think Andrew was here last time when Andrew showed up, was he?
I don't think so. No, I think we told him about it afterwards.
Because he just said,
Yeah, so hi there, Andrew, Canadian Starships Andrew. We now have 2 Andrews on the stream watching us that we know of, unless someone else is named Andrew and we don't know it.
I can pretend.
Can you? Mistake Man, hey. How you doing? This is Cameron here. Happy Easter. Todd says, keep an eye out for a package on Wednesday, Jody. It's a secret. Shh. Ooh, maybe Jody's getting another wooden kit or something. We'll have to see.
Isn't that awesome? Echo just told me that I'm under a tornado watch from now until 11 p.m. Yay!
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Shh.
Well, Andrew, Canadian Starships Andrew, he's just popping in for a quick moment before heading back to work. And I did see your comment, Andrew, that you might join us later if we're still on, really late, but just in voice only. If you haven't seen his Enterprise D there in Discord there, go take a look. He's got some new pictures up today looking really good.
In almost 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah, that thing's huge. He says, which one can we call Andy? Says Todd. Well, I know one of them really does not like that. And I can't say for the UK one. Howard says, wait, a secret? Can we sing Everything is Awesome?
Everything is awesome.
Just belt it right out there, Howard. Top of the lungs. Oh, we got some pretty quick chat going on here. Oh, Cameron, aka Mistake Man, says he's doing well. He's just tuning in while painting his Voyager.
I like that. Don said, stick your head between your legs and kiss your siding goodbye.
And UK Andrew says we can call him Andy. And Andrew says, take a guess, Toddy. Yes, continuing on the song. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Alec posted a comment ways back. I'm looking at possibly starting a group build. Maybe it might be just a buddy build, might be a group build, depending on how people feel about getting into it. To do wooden ship or two.
Oh, okay. That's Alec looking to start in that?
Yep. Well, I'm looking at starting it to give him a hand because he is new with wood.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to getting my kit. I think Todd said mine might be arriving today. I didn't see it before the stream started, so I'll have to check a little later and see if it arrived, if it's sitting by my door.
Your book nook?
Yeah. So we'll see if I'm lucky enough to get a book nook today.
It will, if we do something like that, it will be kind of, not any particular boats. I don't think. Maybe not. Because I've got a couple here that I'm really kind of starting to want to build.
Yeah.
Simply because I'm contemplating doing a comparison between my two favorite companies. This is Model Expo.
Nice.
I might have to go to the other side of the bench to get the other one out. And this is Okri.
Okay. Oh, you get a little clear window to see. Was that like cans?
Yeah, Okri always does this for their boxes there.
Okay.
But Now, if you look, one is called the Bounty Launch. Other one is the Bounty. They called it Bounty Boat on the website, but they are the same ship or same boat.
Yeah.
And I've looked at them. They have very different construction methods. Oh, Ken, check your door.
Oh, okay. I will go check my door.
Nice. Sounds like Donnie's in. Said, what we going to build, Buck? Howard said, it's not Todd, it's Mr. Tittle. And Todd responded with, it's hot toddy to you, Andrew. Oh, that's response to Andrew. Never mind. Uh-oh. Did somebody just get banned? I don't think anybody got banned. Andrew from the UK said, I collect flags and other things. And I think this is to me from Donnie, where he says, never mind, because Donnie has never yet built a wooden kit. And Don, or between, depending on which one you're talking to, the other one is other Don. Don said, yay, Model Expo. Todd sent Ken to his door. Anytime I mention the company Monsanto, you get verbally assaulted. Why? What's wrong with Monsanto? And Alec has been looking for those kits himself. Love to build one of those myself, but not sure which company to go with. I would say, Alec, go with Oakry. Oakry has the easier kits to build. Model Expo, Oakry has a lot of pictures there. They explain really well how to do it. Model Expo has a lot of words and a few pictures. Both of them cost about the same. So Howard was on the Partwork show earlier today watching, made comments. So Todd, are you going to do Hello Kitty? Donnie says he's working on a book nook now. Oh, he's not. He's working on a book nook, but he's not working on it now. Otherwise, he'd be on the stream, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'd be a good opportunity to be on the stream.
Yep.
Okay, well, it looks like it is here now. Thank you very much, Todd.
Very cool.
Which one'd you get, Ken? What'd you get?
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got.
Wait. Don't do it yet. I got to find the quote. There it is.
Who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Look at that. Interstellar Home.
Very cool.
Ooh,
So that's that one.
very nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. Wow.
So Andy said, does anyone play the 3DO games Army Men?
Ooh, I used to have a 3DO.
I know it happens a lot. Oh, Monsanto, the chemical company. I wanted to work for them, yet people just abused me over it. Don't know why. People abuse people over where they work and things like that because they're stupid.
Yeah.
And Don said, mail call. Donnie is currently working on a 1-to-1 pork loin right now.
Nice.
Okay. This is really scary. The way that I'm not reading that.
Donnie sounds tasty. Or did he mean Donnie? That sounds tasty.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to assume it's the second way.
Yeah, hope so.
Or if you know your 90s video games, itchy, tasty.
Welcome, Manning Tree Modeler. And he said, hi, Ken, Buck, Keith, and all in chat.
Why, hello, Manning Tree.
Hey, Manning Tree.
Okay, now I'm. Yes. I want someone to tell me who the manufacturer of this kit is.
Oh, that one's made out of Chinesium.
I'm just like, manufacturer. Just a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
That is cool. Thanks again, Todd. Awesome.
Hey, Kenneth is here. He's rolling on the floor, laughing hysterically. That's a service we provide for him.
And happy Easter to everybody who wasn't here earlier when I said happy Easter.
Andy said we are funny. And Alec asked what are my thoughts on the Black Swan from Oakry. I think it's a solid build. I've watched some of the videos. I don't have it. But I'm pretty sure it's a pretty solid build. Oakry is really good about making very user-friendly kits, except for the Kalea. And Jody was wondering when Kenneth would roll in.
Literally roll in on the floor or in the floor.
Yes. Howard is dreading his homework assignment due tomorrow from his girlfriend.
Oh.
Didn't read your first message. Uh-oh. Going back. I don't know. The first one I saw was you rolling on the floor hysterically. Sorry if we missed it, Kenneth. Okay, Andy. Glad you were able to stop by. We will have a good session, and feel free to stop in anytime and hit us up on Discord.
Yeah, good seeing you again. Take care, man.
Yes, take care, Andy.
And Donnie, you're right. That is from Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil game. Itchy tasty. You're reading some guy's diary, and you can see how he's slowly, in his mind, he's turning to a zombie, and his diary just keeps devolving, and then finally it's like itchy tasty.
Howard says he's 53, feels like he's going to fail the task. You'll do fine, Howard.
Howard, you're about a year older than I am. You must have had your birthday recently, though. Did you, Howard? Did we miss your birthday?
Okay, caught up with chat for the moment. We probably did.
All right.
10 February. Ah.
Okay. Hey, the 10th of the month, right on. I'm a 10th of the month guy, too.
Well, the neat thing about Howard's birthday is it's 2 days before Lincoln's actual birthday.
There you go.
I really, really miss the days that we used to get 2 days off in February. We used to get both Washington and Lincoln's birthday off as separate days.
You don't anymore?
Nope. Now they're now they're lumped into one called President's Day.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Canada, so I'm not.
I didn't know you were from Canada.
I'm aware of President's Day, but I just didn't know that's why it is what it is now, not just Washington or Lincoln's birthdays.
Alec, I am not sure if it would be, I don't think it would be a massive leap. But the thing to remember is if you make the jump from the Norwegian or the lobster smack, that the Black Swan is a completely different kind of ship. The hull planking shouldn't be that bad. It's what's going to be the difficult part on that one is rigging. Rigging, I love rigging, but I'm just really, really slow at it.
I've done a tiniest amount of rigging on like aircraft. That's it.
Well, and that's part of the reason that the Chaperone stalled, because I enjoy rigging. I'm just not good at it, but I'm bound and determined to get good at it.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to with the Victory.
Oh, yeah. And Captain Nemo is back with the same quote.
Welcome back.
I'm in the same boat as you, Buck. My Trinidad is
Mhm.
be a rigging nightmare as well.
Yeah. Well, and the Pearl is going to be a rigging nightmare as well.
Oh yeah, I've got the Flying Dutchman as well.
You know what? Because Alex asking your thoughts on making the Black Swan the first ever HTM wooden ship group build. You have the Dutchman. I have the Dutchman. We
Yep.
could make the Dutchman one, because the Dutchman being an open-sided kit, you have to plank one side, and that's going to be away from you, so it doesn't have to be that decent.
Very true.
I bought the Dutchman when it first came out, so that might be a good one. Sounds like it's in the 50s. It's the 50s club in here. It is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm just a bit
Wait.
older than Jody by the looks of it. Well, Steven's in the 60s.
Yeah. Good. That means it's the 50s and 60s club.
There we go.
I just didn't want to get voted out because I turned 60 this year.
Although Alec is here.
That makes it 40s. Or no, he's 28, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
28.
That's it. It's no holds barred. Anybody can come.
Well, it's kind of always been that way, though.
Yeah.
In May, okay. Turning 63 in May. I'll be turning 52 in May.
And Jody, you are absolutely right. Canadians tend to know more about the U.S. Actually, the rest of the world tends to know more about the U.S. than the U.S. knows about anywhere else.
Yeah. I'm sure you come across the odd scholar
Yeah.
who studies different countries.
So Chinese celebrated my birthday this year. The year of the snake. Yeah, I fit in Aquarius like a wet T-shirt on one. Well, there you go. And the Constitution build. There is that one too. There we go. We'll do a victory group build. Several of us have it. And Howard says he's got the ZHL Black Pearl. So do I. Half done behind me. Don said victory is a whole new level of rigging. Morning Tree will be 57 in July. Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be 59 in October.
So with me being a learning curve, would the Dutchman be good for me to get and build with you guys, or get the Albatross? Get the Albatross. The Albatross is an entry-level build. Kenneth will be 45 in July.
Right on.
And Ricardo will be 51 in September. And if Howard said if we do the victory, it will definitely be longer than 52 weeks. I think if we do the victory as a group build, we'll have to plan on 52 years. Ricardo said he has the Zvezda Black Pearl. That was the first Black Pearl I ever did when I picked up the ZHL one. And after moving it, I got rid of it. It was a fantastic ship, and the rigging on that was a blast. Okay. Back to this.
Well, Howard says, though Dominic is flying through his, it seems like.
Yeah, he is, but he has been having some kind of difficult problems with it. I mean, just reading some of the comments, I don't keep up with the videos simply because I have over 1,000 videos in my watch later list. I'll watch them when I get there, but some of the comments he's made on Discord where when he stained some of the panels, they warped. That's scary, actually.
Oh, and Jody, thanks for watching my first video ever. He's watching my Abrams tank build series, the first kind of model builds I ever did on YouTube. Back before I knew how to edit or anything.
I don't edit.
Actually, I kind of enjoy using DaVinci Resolve and kind of editing and doing stuff. Although I did have fun with the that Abrams build with putting the Hulk in there.
I could edit, but if anybody who watches my channel probably realizes why I don't edit, because there just aren't enough hours in the day.
Yeah. Well, Don says Dom hasn't hit the rough patches yet. Kenneth, Bill didn't read my comment about the picture I put on the Facebook group page. We'll have to go find that, Kenneth. Donnie says, edit? What's that?
Well, apparently it's also a thing you can pay someone else to do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Not that I would do that. I enjoy it. Sometimes it's tedious, but other times, yeah.
That's the thing is I say I don't edit, but in all actuality, I edit with the pause button.
Yeah. Well, it's a form of editing.
Yep.
Yeah. And Dash Howard says, but Buck, that's with any wood. If it's veneer, basically for that floor, it gets any moisture, it'll curl.
Yeah.
Well, the Trinidad, I ended up getting some 1/8" basswood plywood because they just put the decking. There's no sub decking on it. So
Ooh.
the strips. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I got a little bit of extra work to do on that. And Don says Dom has over 100 cannons to build along with all the tackles required for each.
Yeah. Every time I watch a video and they start showing the cannons, Andrea's like, you're nuts. You're crazy.
Yeah. And then Jody says, Donnie, that's half the fun. Talking about editing. And Donnie says, that's what I do too, Buck. I call it editing while recording.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I did in my first video there. And then used a program to stitch everything together and put it up on YouTube.
Yep. That's what I do. And actually, probably the first year I was on YouTube, I didn't edit it all because you can't edit a live stream.
Yeah, there you go.
I used to do all my part works on live streams. And then I took a break and started doing all my videos, doing all the videos as, doing all the part works one step at a time on a video.
Yeah.
Kenneth, I looked. I don't see your first comment. It never showed up.
Unless I had a word that was questionable to YouTube and it held it back.
Because the first thing I saw from Kenneth was about him rolling on the floor, in the floor.
Right.
There was nothing before that or after that.
Jody says, tried doing that. Always forget to pause or unpause and would miss half the work. Yeah. Don't want to do that. So did anyone here have to hide some Easter eggs today or last night or anything?
Nope.
No. How about the audience? Anybody got any kids or grandkids they had to hide some eggs for?
We got to watch our son take his daughter on a Easter egg hunt in his condo.
Well, that's cool.
That's kind of funny. Dogs came down, started making all that noise. I muted myself. I had a pretty good conversation with myself.
Why is no one answering me?
So I says to myself, and I knew it was me because I recognized the voice.
Exactly. Well, the only thing that I really said that anybody would care about, to be honest, is about the Ecto 1 when I did a 45-minute video that I didn't realize that when I processed it to put it on YouTube that it did not take, because I had the video was there.
Yeah.
And so I posted it and didn't realize when I deleted the old video that I hadn't saved it. So I posted a 45-minute black video, just plain black.
Yep. Ouch.
Yeah. But that's okay. And the funniest part about that is that was the video that Todd really, really, really wanted me to have on YouTube. Because that was the video for mating the body to the chassis on the Ecto 1. And those of us that were here the night that Todd did his will never be the same. We're all scarred.
He says, just eaten an Easter egg. Maybe I should have eaten it in one sitting. Todd says, nah, Pete, they should be one bite. there more comments?
I'm just looking at Howard said that, or Howard said, Buck, you muted yourself and you weren't even annoyed at Ian because he's not here today. Are you sure it wasn't you, or what? It was you? Come on, man.
Jody says, check out Discord.
Uh-oh. Note to self, mouse on top of paintbrush, mouse does not work.
Well, it could do it. That's why I got one of those trackball mice.
I used to have, oh, that's awesome. Moose meat flavor Doritos. I used to have a trackball, but they all wore out, and they're prohibitively expensive these days.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Stephen Haynes also looked back for Kenneth's comments and didn't see them. Thanks for doing that, Stephen. That is awesome to have someone else do that.
It is.
Nice
We've got
too
a
when
good group of people.
Yeah, we do. It's also nice when they look back and tell you where that little piece that went flying off, where it went.
Oh, yeah.
It's over there.
Yeah, it's over there.
Right there. Can't you see it? I see it.
Well, Todd spotted that one piece that was on Andrew's desk the one time on one of Andrew's streams.
Very cool.
It was camouflaged kind of on one of the lines, grid lines on his map.
No, that's not going to work.
And the quietness creeps in because we're all working.
Yep.
At what point do we as HTM become the hobby time misfits? That's a good question, Todd. I don't know.
Day one. I mean, come on. This group was started by me and Eric. Two bigger misfits you'll never find. Okay, well, we did actually, but
that person who we shall not name, Ian.
I didn't say it. Actually, we didn't find him. Todd did.
Oh, there we go. Jody says, I remember that one, Ken. We were all rewinding the stream to try and help him find it. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, Dawn says, since the beginning, Todd. And Jody says, once I start streaming, Todd. And Pete says, question for Keith. What brushes are you using for that detail work?
I am using, let's see if we can get it to focus here. Come on. They are made by Monument Hobbies, who make Pro Acryl paint. These are their synthetic line, Pro Synthetics. These are an older version. They do have a newer version out. And they just came out with a mid-range price set of synthetics. It should be hitting their shelf, their website here next week, I think. But I do have Artis Opus sables as well.
Are you using the Games Workshop colors, Keith?
No.
No?
No, I have, they're called Pro Acryl.
Okay.
It's a small company. They're actually called Monument Hobbies, but their paint line is called Pro Acryl.
And where are they out of?
They are out of Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
He has been a model and miniature painters for over 40 years.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. He's like, I think he's 55. He started back in his teens.
Yeah.
And he just wanted a better paint.
Right.
So he and his wife, well, not his wife, it's his girlfriend. They're not married. They've been together for a long time. About 8 years ago, their first color that they ever came out with was bold titanium white. And now their second color was coal black.
Yeah.
And they strive to make a more artist type of miniature paint, artist style.
Right.
So it's they buy not cheap pigments to make all their stuff. They design all the colors themselves. They've worked with collabed with some of the big guys in the U.S. A couple guys from Germany that are known for their miniature stuff. Vince Venturella, John Ninas, Ben Comets, Matt Chexwish. These guys are pretty well known for their. I know Vince and Ninjon are known for their YouTube channels. Actually, Ninjon just won a silver in the Golden Demon, which is a miniature painting competition.
Nice. Yeah. That's the big Games Workshop one.
Yeah. But it's a Golden Demon. They have a big thing in March up around Milwaukee.
Nice.
They have a big convention. And
Go for it. Go for it. His painting is here. He says, hello, happy Easter. And a happy Easter back to you, sir.
hey, go for it.
How'd he go for it?
Yes, Donnie. Some of them are single pigment paints.
And to mute
Donnie,
myself.
if you are
Good.
ever off during the day between it's 2 and 4 Phoenix time, which would be 3 and 5. No, because they are now 3 hours behind us. Being they don't do daylight savings, they are now Pacific instead of Mountain.
Okay, I'm going to go back here and read some comments that we didn't read. Howard says, I'm drawing here, huh? I'm doing my 12-year-old best at coloring penciling my feelings of love for my lady. Thank goodness they aren't mechanical. Yeah. Steven says, did any of you guys bookmark Ian's mechanical pencil antics on Wednesday?
That was the whole stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
pretty
lot
much.
of content. We can pretty much just aim it somewhere in the middle of the stream and you'll find it. Pete says, thanks. I'll check them out. Jody says, go for it, Dash. Let it come from your heart and the pencils will follow. Oh, and still not many likes on the stream. Come on, guys. Gently caress that button. Like an old familiar lover. Donnie
Don't
says,
put that in your picture, Dash.
yes. Donnie says, Games Workshop paints are terrible, in my honest opinion. Or humble opinion or honest opinion, not sure which. Todd says, you're kidding, Steven. The whole video was his struggle.
I just posted.
You're going way too hard with those pencils.
Yeah.
Jody says he's going back to work on the medallion, but he's still listening.
Cool.
People are saying hi to go for it. And then, yes, you read that one about the single pigment.
Yes.
And then Donnie says, I've watched those guys. Ricardo says the second best part of Ian versus Pencil was watching Jordan's reaction. He was like, is this really happening?
Should we retitle that video?
No, because then it won't count towards the count of the builds for the Millennium Falcon.
Okay, so what we do is we do like George Lucas did. We leave it where that is at in the count, but we'll subtitle it Ian versus Pencil.
There you go. That'll work. Steven says, I always press the like button before I say hi to everyone. Well, thank you very much.
The entertaining part would be anybody who's never watched the channel before, and that's the first video they ever watch.
What the hell are these guys about? Ian's not here. Double the viewers. Howard says, how many people? 25 people watching. That's
wow.
Incredible.
It is.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this Easter Sunday. Todd says, I like the idea of the MF video doesn't count since we'll miss that one on the 30th.
You know, I just looked at the time, and I think we need to go say, Jordan, because it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's exactly an hour and a half now, almost hour 31.
Yep.
Let me check here. There we go. You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Oh, Don says he's off. He's petting his kitty. Is it a Hello Kitty? Oh, did Todd say anything about the Hello Kitty?
He did not.
Oh,
But he's, you know, he has to do a page on it.
so what is it? Is it just the Hello Kitty character itself, or?
No idea. They didn't show really much on the website when Mark brought it up. But he was just like, no, not ever. No way. And Kev did say that Kirsty might be interested in it.
Oh, there we go.
Would be an interesting one. And if Andrea decided that she wanted it, I would do it.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Well, when I came across the Moomin house, I showed it to her and said, "Do you want it?" And she said, she kind of was like, "Yeah, I don't know." And then she kind of went, "Yeah." And then when I was able to get the Disney house, she was like, "Oh yeah."
That's a big blob. Let's see here. 25 watching, only 15 like. Come on, guys, press the like button. That's from Steven. Steven Haynes. Thank you, Steven, again for helping us.
Very much appreciated.
And Don's talking dirty about which cat Jordan's petting right now.
No, he when he first said it, he spelled it with a K. I knew exactly which one he was talking about.
I see dead people. All right. Pencil Gremlin follows along complaining obnoxious nitwit. News at 11.
I just read that right before you started reading it out loud.
Yeah. I should probably actually read them before I start talking about them. Sometimes there's some inappropriate stuff in there.
That's the best ones.
Although not usually that bad.
No. And that's why I keep the YouTube channel open in case somebody says something that YouTube says,
Yeah, that's normally what I do when I'm watching on my iPad. Is I'll you have the admin rights to approve or disapprove, because sometimes it's pretty picky on what it's picked up. Other times I just let stuff through because I'm like, we're all adults here, and that's not too bad.
No. I mean, sometimes YouTube gets a little bit overboard and goes, let me think. Sunshine is a bad word.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. Banned again, says Howard. I've approved a number of yours, Howard, in the past.
Yep.
You've also banned Howard quite a bit.
He's probably the most banned I've done. Accidental, I'll admit, but
come on, he banned me one time.
Oh yeah, I banned you the one time.
That was a test, though, wasn't it?
To do that.
It was.
Steven says, I might live in the UK, but I watch you as much as I can every time you're on. Well, thank you.
That's very, very nice. Thank you, Stephen.
This is probably the better stream for you guys to watch in the UK because, not in the middle of the night. Just late at night.
And I have heard mentioned before, and I actually checked it out. I think it was on Thursday. I don't remember if it was the mechanical pencil train wreck or if it was Jordan's stream, but I can verify because I've heard people mention it before. Jordan does sound, when you set him at double speed, when he laughs, like a chipmunk.
I know. I've been saying that for the longest time. I used to have to, something would happen, like I'd have to go answer the door or something. So you pause the stream, or you answer the phone, so you pause the stream, and you start trying to watch it back. So you start watching it at double time, and then you hear his laughter, and it's hilarious.
Yep.
I'll have to go listen to one of those then.
Alec is asking, why do so many people wait until the day of to buy their Easter stuff? At work now, looking forward to going home in less than 5.5 hours. Has anything been marked down in the store? Easter stuff yet?
That is why they're shopping now.
They put the Halloween candy out yet?
Christmas trees are out.
Yeah. Jody says that's awesome, Stephen, that he watches us. And Dawn says, love the fact that our friends from across the pond support these guys. Howard says the 4th of July is already out. All right. That's kind of my color modulation there. I don't know if you guys can see the slight variations in color or not.
Hang on.
It's not supposed to be stark. It's just supposed to be, slightly different areas.
Yeah, there's some modeling on there.
Yeah. And different panel colors. Like that door should be a little bit darker than the rest of the hull along that side. So, yeah.
Very cool. That's your second track thingy, isn't it?
A track thingy? Well, it's a wheeled thingy.
Ah, okay.
And that's what I used. I built armor all the time for years. That was my mainstay, armor and a little bit of military aircraft.
Ah, okay.
So I've done a few cars, just to say I've done a few cars. And this is all since I've come back to the hobby. I mean, I used to do other stuff, as a kid. Before moving to the city here, I think I built a Klingon D7, one of those really old kits.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't light it because I'd never lit anything before.
So what you're saying is you identify with what I tell people, which is, as a kid, I built models badly.
Yeah. So true. Pete says, I'm UK based too, Stephen. Just been checking out some outlets for Monument Pro Acryl. And Stephen says, I usually watch until 3 a.m. UK time. Don says, looks great. Thanks, Don. And Manning Tree Modeler says, I watch as much as I can being from the UK. Well, that is awesome. Donnie says, now Ken's a sci-fi guy. Welcome to the light. Side Ken. Well, thank you, Donnie. I'm glad to be here. Like I had built Star Trek models when I was a kid, and that's why I had so many of them in my stash. Because I knew once I retired, and now I am retired, that I knew I wanted to build some of them, including like those 350 refit, some of those ones that are just, morale killers, I guess they say. But no, yeah, I'm enjoying it now, getting them done. and learning stuff from like the community here on how to light. Like Donnie's kind of our lighting guru. He lights everything. That, and he's also a really good figure painter.
Donnie can solder molecular size LEDs, and then he can paint the molecule right next to it.
Yeah. See, I don't know about you guys. Like for me, I try to keep everything I do normally at a PG level, so anybody can watch and enjoy. Some people don't.
Yeah. Well, I will sometimes let fly here,
Mm-hmm.
but won't.
If I do, it's here.
Yeah, well, I usually won't on my channel because I'm the only one there.
Yeah. Molecule, I paint atoms. That's what Bonnie says.
See? And everybody thought that those little models that you saw in school of atoms were painted by scientists.
No, people like Donnie.
It was Donnie that did it.
Ooh, now what?
Take your brain out and play with it?
Yeah. You know, I need to do these smoke dischargers. I got parts to put on still. Got to unmask the windows here.
Who was that masked window?
Actually, it was nice. You know, it was nice. They actually gave you masks in the kit for the windows.
Very cool.
I like when the companies do that. Alex says, can't wait to get home and apply for a puppy selling place. Okay. Not sure what that's about.
He's trying to find a different job.
Okay.
One of them
That's what he's talking about. Okay.
Yeah, one of them he's talked about recently is a place that sells puppies.
Oh, right on. Well, let's see what I got here for paint. In my many, many drawers of paint.
I'm finally to one of the big panels.
What's our next big holiday coming up? Yep. What's in
For us,
May?
it'd be Memorial Day,
Yep.
When's that?
the last Monday of May.
Okay. Yeah, we usually have Victoria Day in Canada for Queen Victoria. It's her birthday. That's our long weekend in May. But don't forget, everyone, we're going to be doing on Sunday the 4th, May the 4th, we're all going to be we're working on some sort of Star Wars kit that day is kind of the plan. So feel free to join us if you've got a Star Wars build you're looking to do. You can follow along and feel free to post your photos on Discord. Maybe we'll get Todd to put a little place people can post their photos.
Actually, let me take a look at Discord. We might have something already there.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Maybe.
That means I might have to look for a model.
Yeah, Bandai's got some really nice small ones, like those really tiny ones. You know.
We don't have anything there, but we'll talk to Todd and tell him, make a group build that says, "May the 4th be with you."
Yeah. The NPC, I just saw who put that on Discord. The NPC TIE Advance kit just got re-released. I thought it was going to be a re-release of the one I built as a kid back in the, I don't know, 80s, 90s, whenever it was. But he says, no, it's a new one. So that's cool. They need to do one like they did for that big TIE fighter.
What I might have to do is go find my old NPC X-Wing.
There you go. I've got the re-releases of them I bought this past winter. And TIE Advance, I think, was one of them, and the TIE Fighter. I think about the three. All three. They're like dirt cheap because they're really old kits.
Well, I've also got somewhere in the stash a 12-inch tall Darth Vader.
Cool.
Oh, by the way, Don says that has asked that we make you be a little bit more quiet, Keith.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I talking like Ian? Much?
Oh, shut up. He's concentrating on painting his orc.
Orcs and humans? Or just orcs?
Just an orc he's working on. Well, just some orcs.
That is kind of amazing how far a strategy game has gone.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just confused anybody who never played Warcraft, Orcs and Humans.
That's huge in Korea, Warcraft. Same with StarCraft.
Yep. Yeah, I never got much into World of Warcraft. But back in the day, I played the hell out of some Warcraft.
I played World of Warcraft for a little while.
Yeah.
My ex-wife and I.
What's funny is my son has been playing World of Warcraft forever, since like he was 13. And he got my wife into it, and Andrea would play with him and his wife. And especially when the panda one came out, she loved playing a panda. And it was so funny. One time some people started, they went PvP against Andrea and were attacking her. Nicholas happened to be in a different part of the world, and she said something to him. He said, "Okay, let me help you." And he got there and he killed the people who were attacking her. Well, it gets better because she was not playing PvP. They just were being Richard Craniums. And so he killed them.
Yeah.
And then he killed them again when they resurrected. And again, he stopped it around 9 or 10 times of killing them. It was hilarious to watch because he just was like, yeah, just you don't do that. Don't mess with my ma.
Steven said, we have May Day on the first Monday of May. Okay. Howard says, I've got an R5 Q4, I think. So for a Star Wars build. Let's see here. Alex says, hi, Steve. Quick question. How's your lava chicken business doing? I had to do a Minecraft joke, he says.
Speaking of...
Oh, cool, yeah. Mantree says he's going to do the AT-AT from Bandai. I have that kit, yeah.
Very cool.
I'm going to do that one of these days. I'm going to see my stash.
Todd said, I played World of Warcraft one day back in 2004.
And I haven't stopped since, or what?
Oh, no. He said he played one day.
Okay.
He hasn't played again. I'm kind of the same way.
Howard says, Ken, I hope you weren't the guy who liked his wife doing scrunchy. I don't know what that is. Was anybody on Stormwind server? I couldn't even tell you what server I was on.
I was on that one in California.
Alex says, so guys, I know Ken or Keith, and to be Keith, I don't build wood yet. I have a book nook though, is already past the planking stage of his, but thoughts on the Albatross being a group build too? What do you think?
That's a possibility. I happen to have the Albatross in this stash.
Okay. What do you think, Keith?
It's possibility. My time is very limited.
Yeah.
That's why I really only model on Fridays and Sundays.
Okay. Todd says, no, he played WoW on day one back in 2020 or 2004.
Oh, I misread. Okay, I misread that.
The launch.
Yeah.
Jody says he's back.
Guess who's back? Back again. Jody's back. Call a friend.
Howard said, I got my 10th anniversary statue, but got so behind in Panda Land. And I still like that old video there, that Leroy Jenkins. That's still
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, we still got chicken. All right. Coming up on the 2-hour mark. No Jordan yet. Feel like I should be writing a journal.
Think maybe that.
Still no Jordan.
Think maybe Jordan kidnapped some aliens, or got kidnapped by aliens. One or the other.
Could be.
Anything's possible.
Okay, Todd said I played for about 12 years straight, then just stopped. 1,000 plus hours in game. Okay. That's a lot of playtime. But as long as you enjoyed it.
Let me see something. Because Todd's got 1,000 hours in a massively multiplayer online game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go over to. I'm in Steam right now.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I only have 380 hours on Fallout 3. Only.
Slack in there, Buck.
I know.
Don Cartwright has a good point about Jordan. He said maybe they stopped at a casino.
So instead of Jordan getting on the stream, Kat's making a video.
Could be.
And getting more views.
Yes. Yes, his girlfriend / common law girlfriend or whatever has her own channel, the Slotty Gambler, and she plays slot games on YouTube. Let's see here.
What can the matter be, dear? Oh, sorry.
Alec thinks that Jordan's actually taking pizza orders right now. Well, I hope not.
Yeah. That thought had crossed my mind too, because he does get called in all the time.
Yes. Howard said he posted his pencil drawing. I'm so short. Howard says, yeah, I got Todd beat on WoW game time. I hit closer to 1,800 hours. Donnie says, I may or may not have about 1,000 hours in Elder Scrolls Online.
As long as it's not EverQuest that people actually died because they forgot to eat while playing it.
Whew, yeah.
And they can't. I don't remember which one was, or I don't know which one was the first one, but a pizza place came up with a really good fix to that. They opened a pizza restaurant in EverQuest that would deliver real pizza.
Nice. Jody says, nice job, Howard.
I just looked at it. It is not bad at all. It's good. It's probably better than I could do.
I want to see.
I haven't looked, but I'm sure it's better than I could do.
Okay, so my game of choice is 7 Days to Die. And I've got 5,361.9 hours in that game.
That's all?
Yeah.
That's not so much.
Yeah.
Well, and that 380 hours is since Fallout came onto Steam. Prior to Steam, I had a lot of hours in Fallout as well.
Oh, I used to love Left 4 Dead. And Left 4 Dead 2.
Actually, just for giggles.
RoboCop, Rogue City. 71.8 hours. That's a good game. So I gotta take a look at Howard's picture online, do I? On
Discord.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Looks good, Howard.
Where's it
Nice
under?
job on it.
General?
Other.
Other? Okay. There we go. Other. There we go. Nice. Here's your sunshine and your music. I'm stealing that. I'm just kidding. I don't have a girlfriend yet. Jody says she is the sunshine warming Howard's heart, and he is the music, bringing joy to her heart. Oh, there we go. Todd says, sorry, typo, meant 10,000 plus hours.
Ah. The one game that I probably have played the most throughout my life is available on Steam now, but wasn't at the time. Carmageddon.
Oh, okay, Carmageddon. Never played it, but I've seen it.
Oh, it was a riot.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I mean, my wife and my son and I all have one memory of a particular incident, because the computer room was just off of our bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And Nicholas and I are playing, and we're racing against each other as well as running over civilians. And I came out of nowhere. He did not know I was going to hit him. And I hit him probably doing 200 miles an hour. His car blew up and everything. And he was like, "Don't." And Andrea's like, "What?" Because she was asleep, but it woke her up.
Nice. Oh.
We had a lot of fun.
That's all that matters.
Another one that they're releasing a new version of Commandos. I may have to get that when it comes out. Or actually, I think it's out. I think when it goes on sale. Love that when it was again, before Steam. Because what you do, you play up to 6 characters, and you're commandos in World War II, and each character can only do certain things. Like the spy's the only one who can steal German uniforms. The Green Beret is the only one who can really move things around. The sapper, I think he was the one who blew things up.
Yep.
Had a sniper. It was a really good game.
Cool. Let's see here. Alex says, I really need to look up the instructions for this since I lost my original, but I actually drew a detailed pencil picture of a FA-22 back in my teens. Okay. Howard said, I could tell you the Yar Yar Hump Hump story. The woman who sold her body for $5,000 mount, and the guild drama of girlfriend/wife swapping soliciting. All in WoW. Ooh.
Oof.
Howard thinks she's going to hate it. I'm assuming you mean her picture? No. And he says, nope, she's the music and sunshine. to my world. The notes are her brown eyes. Nice. Jody says, do you guys play and replay games? Not as much as I used to. How about you guys?
No, but like Fallout 3, I played through about 15 years ago, and I'm replaying it now.
Okay.
Might even be 20 or more.
And Keith, you said no?
I haven't played games in I don't know how long.
Okay. The last one I did a lot of replaying on was RoboCop Rogue City, because I kind of wanted to see everything that you could get, or do in the game. So you do the one playthrough, and then you kind of go, like you're hunting for all the blueprints or whatever to, improve your weapons and stuff. So, yeah, I like doing that sort of thing.
I played it through, and we'll probably go back and do the same thing eventually.
Yeah. Jody says, I usually play through once unless it's a game with multiple paths. I'll play all possible variations. Yeah. GB Models says, hello, everyone in chat, and happy Easter.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome,
Hello.
GB Models.
And one of the things about Fallout right now that I'm having a blast with is I have not the greatest armor. I have the Chinese stealth suit, which is not really good armor, but my stealth is through the roof. When I'm ducked down and bad guys come towards me, they will actually walk right past me. I'm like a piece of glass, which makes it a lot of fun to pop out and make them not be alive anymore.
Nice. Let's see here. Mantry says, I've played Assassin's Creed and the Forza racing games.
Working on going through all the Assassin's Creeds, slowly but surely.
Todd says, I was flat out addicted to WoW, taking vacation weeks when expansions came out, paying for Chinese gold, etc. Bad deal. Yeah. It really affected a lot of people. Jody says his last game was SnowRunner. I don't think I've heard of that one.
That's a good game.
Okay.
Todd will tell you that it is a winching simulator. It's a little bit. There is a little bit more to it. There's a little bit of strategy, but you do winch a lot. The whole premise of the game is that you're in an area that has been hit by a snowstorm, and you're just trying to help recover.
Okay. Seems like Jody knows who GB is. You say, hey, GB. He says, Batman Tumblr GB Models? Question mark. And he said, subscribed. Howard said, oh, I made a lot of magic bread for those gold farmers.
Another one I've played a little, well, not a little, quite a bit here recently is American Truck Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is one hell of a business model. We're going to sell you a really good game with like 4 or 5 states in it for $5. And then we're going to charge you $12 to $17 for the rest of the states one at a time.
The mafia and stuff should get into that sort of stuff instead of drugs. It's a lot safer. It's legal, and you can make a ton of cash.
Yep.
Really quick.
Oh, they've got a bunch of my cash. I'm waiting for them to come out with Illinois. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So drive past your house. That's where I live. Go drive through your house.
Yeah. Land a helicopter on top of your house? I wonder who did that. I know somebody who did that in a game one time. Todd crashed a helicopter into Eric in North Dakota's house.
Nice. Let's see here. It's not a winch a lot if you know how to drive. GB Model says, yes, I've been doing that one. It's a good build. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. He says Cisco crashed the Hilo. That's what Todd says. Another game
Somebody
I
had
played a
to.
lot of was Battlefield 2. I really liked that game.
That brings up things like Wolfenstein.
Oh,
I used to play that. Played Enemy Territory online.
okay.
I used to play the hell out of the original Castle Wolfenstein. And then when they came out with Spear of Destiny, funniest thing I ever did, and my wife saw me do it, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm walking up into this area where there's zombie Nazis, and I come up to this door, or no, I come up to a corner, and I leaned over to try and look around the corner.
I know where you're going with this.
I mean, I literally leaned over to try and look around the corner.
Yeah, I've done the same thing.
Yep. And
then
done that.
Well, what was bad was a little while later, I opened a door and there was a zombie Nazi with a gun in his chest already firing at me when the door opened, and I almost came out of the chair. It scared me to death.
Oh, yeah.
We used to, the clan I belonged to for Enemy Territory, we had guys from all over. We had a couple guys from the UK. We'd play matches.
Todd says he ended up upside down in Eric's shed mowing the grass with his mean rotor.
Well, helping Eric out.
So thoughtful, cutting his grass for him virtually.
Yeah.
He said it's all on the Microsoft Flight Sim stream on the HTM channel. Pretty funny.
That's right. I forgot that that was actually on a stream, and it is available.
GB says he's talking about his build, I guess, of the Tumblr. He says it's on 120 issues, so I have 60 issues, but I think I'm up to issue 17 on my YouTube channel. Let's see here. Alex says, so guys, Wolfenstein is what? A story mod for Call of Duty 2 Zombies done right? Or no, it's its own game. It was like one of the it was the first real first-person shooter game.
Yep.
And then
Made
they've
by
done
id Software.
multiples of sequels for it, where it's actually really good. Like, it's all the way up now. It's World War II, but now it's all the way up to like the 1960s, and as if Nazis had won. And yeah.
Well, and I tell you, I've tried Wolfenstein: The New Order. Got my butt kicked.
Yeah. I finished it, but yeah, it wasn't easy.
So GB Models, his name is Gary, and I just went to his channel and subbed. I'll look around in a little bit.
Oh, right on.
This is where I find most of the time that I can't catch up with my YouTube channel, with watching videos.
Yes. I found my watching of YouTube videos has really been cut into.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it cuts into my videos, or my video watching time is building, because I can't watch and build at the same time when I'm recording.
Gary says, thank you for the sub.
You're welcome. Indeed, Wolfenstein came out in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And before Wolfenstein 3D, there was Castle Wolfenstein, the 2D top-down game, and that was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alec, I don't know if you're familiar with Doom, the game Doom. That was same company, but it came out after Castle Wolfenstein, using the 3D idea as well, or a first-person shooter game as well. Alec wants to know if you guys are planning on painting your albatross or keeping it stained in wood.
I don't know yet. Probably, since I like wood tones, the answer to that will be yes.
I am keeping mine, just gonna varnish it.
Yeah, so like I said, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. Duke Nukem 2. Yep, Duke Nukem. Was
Duke
the first
Nukem was good.
company, I think. Let's see here. Talking back and forth. Jody says, speaking of subs, my wife made a delicious meatball sub with homemade pizza dough buns. Sounds delicious.
Not a chicken parm?
Yeah, not a chicken parm. Don says, making us so hungry. And he says, they're freaking good.
The neat thing about Duke Nukem Forever, the best thing probably about Duke Nukem Forever when they finally came out, was at the very beginning, when the intro video, when he finishes the game and the girls go, was it any good? And Duke goes, what was it, for 20 years in development, and it fucking better have been. And then the game was mediocre at best.
Yes.
I was really disappointed with that. Because I loved Duke Nukem back in the day. Wise cracking.
And Ricardo says for Doom 2, you could download mods for the game, so you could play the game as if it was Star Wars or Aliens. Cool. And then they came out with those games in first-person shooters. Jody says, no chicken parm here. Never had it. You're lucky Ian's not here. Yeah, Don says, don't let Ian hear you say that. He would tell you to go make some right now.
No, he would tell you that to come to Wonderfest that he'll make you some because he is such a great cook.
Well, that too, yes.
Oh, yay. Yeah. All right. Thanks, sweetheart.
If you're playing the bingo game and you have hearing someone close on the stream, make sure you check that off because we just heard Buck's wife.
Yep.
This would not be a good episode to be playing the bingo game.
No.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's half the sponsor for Ian.
Well, I'm also about to if it was not aimed at Todd, I'm about to fill another bingo square.
Eating on stream.
That's the one.
There we go.
And unlike a lot of times, people see the food that I get and they're like, ah, now that's good.
Nice.
Yep.
Someone's eating well.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Buck?
Believe it is chicken. Chicken,
See the broccoli.
potatoes, broccoli,
Baby
all
trees.
made by my Austrian wife. Hmm. So, Alec, if you're looking at the end of May, I wouldn't worry about it till mid-June because we're all going to be going to Wonderfest and trying to catch up on stuff from that. This is good. I will tell you guys right now, I wouldn't share if I could.
Come on, Buck, lie to me at least. I'm starving here, man. Not really.
Well, when I say something like that, that's because that's how good a cook my wife is.
Nice.
That is
Marco's
part
here,
of the
everyone.
reason. Polo.
There we go.
Hey, Marco.
My wife is part of the reason that I made it to 290 before I started dropping weight.
Stop with the friggin' Marco Polo or I'll come over there and rip your fat little heads off.
I was waiting for that one.
Had to go find it. I think Marco's the only one that has his own soundbite. Only watcher.
Yes. Well, we've been going for 2.5 hours almost and still no Jordan. I guess Don says they're not viewers, they're stalkers.
Stalkers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was another game I played, Stalker. Although I had to cheat just to see the ending because there was no way I was going to make it to the end of that game. But I wanted to see it.
So I just sent Andrea a text that saying the food is so good, and then followed it up with, "Will you marry me?"
And she's going to reply, "No, I'm not making that mistake twice."
But she already did. We have been married twice. I came home from a deployment one year, and while I was on my recon time, we went over to Reno. We were stationed in California. We went over to Reno and got married a second time.
Well, that's nice. Just renewed your vows.
Mm-hmm. That's when you know you have the right one. If you'd be willing to marry them again.
Well, as long as you didn't get divorced first.
Yeah. I knew somebody who did that.
And so do I. They got divorced the first time. She got half his pension. They got married again. They got divorced again. She got the rest of his pension. So he quit. So that he wouldn't get the pension. That's
the guy I knew. They got married. They bought a house full of stuff that, she didn't go after his pension that I know of.
Yeah.
They bought a house full of stuff. She divorced him. When the money ran out from all the stuff that they had, and after she sold it all, she married him again. When I knew him, he had been married to the same woman 4 times.
You just don't learn.
No.
Like, move on. Clearly, she's just there for the money.
Yeah.
Oh. Jody says, my HTM watch hours counter just rolled back to 0. Kenneth says, you're still amazing and an incredible group of people who I look up to as role models. Any suggestions on the Millennium Falcon and the R2R build? And he also says, wow, that's an amazing story, Uncle Buckman. So, does anybody have any suggestions for the Millennium Falcon and the R2R build? I don't know what the R2R build is. Anyone?
I have no clue on those.
Okay. Millennium Falcon, I'm assuming, and this is just strictly an assumption, you're talking about the parts build one? So I know you do lots of parts build, Kenneth. And I'm wondering if the R2R is supposed to be R2D2, maybe.
So this was Andrea's response.
Oh, nice.
The one from Fan Home. Just take it slow on the R2. It is a good build, but it has some issues. And start looking early for batteries.
Battery hog, is it?
And Don is right that Donnie and Jordan are have done those builds more recently. Jordan and Todd are actually in the middle of doing theirs.
Kenneth said, I did buy the full kit of the Megazord from Fan Home Friday. Can't wait to get it and start it.
So Kenneth, look on the forums for the R2 or message Donnie and ask him which ones to use, because they're very specific batteries. I just say start looking for them early, because they have been hard to find at times. And they are a little bit expensive, if I remember right. It was like, if I remember right, when I built mine, it was like $45 in batteries to make them work.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, they're
Is
they're
there not a power
rechargeables.
model for 'em? Oh, they are rechargeable?
Yes.
Okay.
They're rechargeables, but they're very specific in how much power they have to put out.
Yeah. And Don says, you had good videos too, other Don. That's right. Our Donnie did some videos on the R2 build. Well, did a lot of videos on the R2 build.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jody says, I'm going to need some guidance on building the Book Nook kit. Maybe one of you could mentor me through it. Someone might be able to. Not me yet. I have yet to build mine yet. Donnie says, those batteries are a lot more common now. A lot of vapes use them now. Okay. And then Howard says, Todd has it on his parts work page. Or pages. And Howard said, I'm on stage 68 of the Megazord. Nice.
Very nice.
Series of video on the R2. How many stages is that, Howard? If you're on stage 68. Okay, I can hear a fire truck, but I can't smell smoke, so that's a good sign. Okay, GB Muddle says, well, guys, I have to go now, but thanks, guys, for the subs. I appreciate it, and have a great week, everyone, in chat. And you take care, GB.
See you, GB.
Take care, GB. Farmer's out working his fields today.
Whoa, chat just shot up. Kenneth says, I'm not watching any videos on the fan home build of the Megazord because I want to be surprised and enjoy the build. Donnie says, I got mine at the 18650 store online, 18650 button top unregulated batteries. They must be unregulated and they need to be at least 2400 mAh, I think.
2400 mAh.
There you go.
Milliamp hours.
There we go. Thank you. I'm not an electronics guy. But come join me on my adventure to build the Reliant and light it. A new video just came out today.
That was very, very good.
Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed my video.
I actually am. I was talking about the food, but that's okay.
I saw that coming.
Oh, yeah.
Kenneth says, okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah. Glad we were able to give him some answers. Okay,
Nice.
so Howard says 119 to finish all the weapons. I'm not sure what the base has for stages, but stage 120, you start transforming. Start transforming it, but they kind of screwed up and didn't supply the final stages to transform it. Oh, interesting. Sounds like they're going to have to make some changes.
I like that. That map is a sticker that is glued in there back wrong way.
And Donnie says, I use magnet wire in the roll bar on the Reliant so that I wouldn't need to make channels for the wires. Yeah, that's why I'm using the magnet wire too, Donnie. I still made the trenches for the wires though. But I did see your comment on my video there today. Oh, and Jody, to answer your question, I know I'm sorry, I'm really bad for getting to comments. I finally went through them today. You had asked me about running just a copper strip for power, but I don't know if you saw my video or not. Basically, because I have four photon torpedoes that need to fire independently, they each need their own wire to send the signal of when to fire. Otherwise, they'll all just light up all at the same time.
Yeah, but you only have to run one wire for whichever is the trigger signal. The other one can be on the copper strip.
No.
If I'm making myself clear.
Not really to me because I'm not really well versed in electronics. So for me, I just ran 4 magnet wires and just said that's good enough.
Well, what I'm talking about is if you know which is your trigger signal, either the positive or the negative, you run one wire for each LED for that. Then for the return So it's probably going to be your positive is your trigger. For your return, the black wire, the negative wire, you could run one wire from each LED or from all 4 LEDs at the same time.
Yeah, I have all the negatives going together, and then they'll be run out in one.
So you did exactly what I just said, but you didn't understand it.
But the positives are all coming in separate.
Mm-hmm.
To trigger each one separate. Yeah.
Yeah, that is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Howard says, well, Kenneth, use a piece of tape to hold in your buttons from the outside till you have the circuit to hold them in place, or you're going to have a bad time. Okay. Donnie said, I thought you were using insulated wire. Ken, magnet wire doesn't have plastic coating on it for insulation. It just has enamel coating on it.
Yep.
Okay. So what, did I do something wrong then? Or this is what I'm using. This wire wrapping wire or whatever it is.
Oh, that's not magnet wire.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm using.
No, the wire wrapping wire is just really low gauge, and it's plastic wrap.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm using.
What
Magnet
Donnie's
wire.
talking about,
Wire wrapping wire.
this is magnet wire.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yep.
And it is a single strand where your wire wrapping wire will probably be multi-strand. And it just has, like he said, a ceramic coating on it.
Right.
The reason it's called magnet wire is you've seen transformers, right?
Yep. That's a good.
With
show.
the little wraps of wire.
Oh.
That's the wire that they use.
Okay. Jody says, got it. Thanks for answering that, Ken. Donnie says, on Arduino, the negative wire is the trigger. He says, are you still using Arduino, Ken? Yes, I am.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, so then I'd plug those positives into the negatives.
Yep.
And run the negative into the positive.
Well, it only works if you've got the LEDs wired that way.
Oh, okay.
Because LEDs, being diodes, the electricity only flows one direction.
Right. Well, I guess we'll just see.
Worst that could happen is you run 24 volts through it and it blows up.
Well, I did that with the bird of prey already. Well,
Cool.
but
I missed that.
too much. So that's why I took a break from the bird of prey. I do have a new lighting kit for it, and I do need to start back up on it. But I also need to start on my my A10 kit, because I got a bunch of stuff in for it. I got like all these armaments from Edard.
Well, blowing up LEDs is fine as long as you haven't sealed the model. When you seal the model and then you blow up LEDs, that's a bad day.
Let's see here. Wow, that's an amazing story, Ken. I'm blowing away from that story. Don says, magnet wire is used for motors, transformers to generate magnetic fields. Right. Donnie says, you'll need to separate negative wire for each LED back to the Arduino. You can commonize the positive wires back to the power. Okay, I was just going by, I think, what Todd told me. So, good to know. So I'll just redo my my negatives then, and just instead of having one negative for that, I just do 4, I guess. This means I'll have to router out the one side for my flasher right here, so I can get my flasher flashing separate from the torpedoes. Don says, I need to start learning the Arduinos. I have a kit I need to break out. Donnie says, are you going to trigger all the LEDs at the same time or individually? Well, I'm assuming it can be programmed to do the firing sequence where it's either front or back, where it fires and it, fires like one torpedo then the other. And then if you fire for rear, it fires one or the other. And I don't care if it goes one on the front and one on the back at the same time, because you're not going to be able to see both, at the same time, front and back.
Unless you have an iguana watching with those stereoscopic eyes.
Or you have a mirror behind it.
There's that.
But I don't plan on putting it, with a mirror behind it. Although, no. Let's see.
I heard the wheels turning.
Did I just do a sledgehammer for no reason? Is there no sledgehammer on here? Maybe. Kenneth says I'm on stage 67 of my Ferrari, the Agostini Ferrari F2004. The links in the engine is a pain in the butt. And Jody says also there's no reason the ship can't fire two at the same time anyway. Well, true.
And you got to listen to Jody when he comes up with things like that, because he is the cheap engineer.
He is the cheap engineer.
I honestly love that call sign.
Let's see here. Kenneth says, I thought I saw a genius at work. There you go, Jody. You're a genius. Jody, he's a genius.
There's that.
Donnie says, if you want to trigger them separately, they'll need separate negative wires. If you want to trigger all four at once, you can commonize them and use a transistor to handle the power. Okay. Sounds like I'll have to do some talking to you guys a little bit more in the near future. I don't know if you saw my entire video there, Donnie. So that's kind of what I got. Let's see here. That's a long wire. That's a really long wire. So right now for the torpedoes, I have the 4 wires coming off and run down. Now here, let me do this. There we go.
There we
So I have
go.
my 4 torpedoes coming all down through here. And then I have all their negatives connected to one. So if I need to, I could redo each negative as its own. Kenneth says he's awesome and amazing, an incredible group I'm watching. Kind words, sir.
Thank you very much. Oh, wait, you meant those other guys, didn't you?
He's talking about our audience.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys. They're awesome.
They are.
No, I'm glad I found this community. It is tremendous.
I'm glad you did too.
Because I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube if I hadn't. I know I had thought about it, but that was after like finding you guys.
Yeah. Well, if I remember right, you came over from the same place I did.
Yep.
And I started YouTube over there, but I don't think I would be, if I had stayed there, that I would have been doing as much as I am.
Right. They didn't like the competition.
Wasn't the competition. It was the owner kind of I went sour on.
Yeah, no, I know of whom you speak. I didn't have a problem, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I mean, he's not a bad guy. He's really not. We had our disagreements and went our separate ways.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's why I very rarely will mention the channel name. I don't want to say bad things about that channel.
Right. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll share with everyone else. As Andrew says, that's just a service we provide. I left the screen big on me. Big Ken. Okay,
I don't
yeah,
know.
Donnie, I'll be having them fire in pairs. Well, kind of. There's like a bit of a pause between each shot. So it's kind of like 1, 2. And then on the back, 3, 4. Shut the door. 5, 6. Pick up sticks.
Pick up sticks.
Yep. 7, 8. Lay them straight. All right. Okay, Donnie says then you need separate negative wires for each LED. Okay, thanks, Donnie. Sounds good. I will keep that in mind, and then I can do some rewiring and make note of it on my next video. I appreciate that. Oh, Howard, you are too amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Don't sell yourself short and say you're not amazing.
The only one we can
Howard.
The only one we can sell short around here is Donnie.
Right now. Donnie, yes, Donnie is short.
Well, actually, Donnie and Andrew.
Yes, they're both short. Actually, Andrew's shorter than Donnie.
Yep.
Well, coming up on 3 hours.
And no Jordan. What the
Don't know
hell?
Jordan? That's okay, Jordan. That's okay, man.
Think he's been kidnapped by aliens?
And now we have 26 viewers. We're doing good.
We were at 30 at one point.
Were we?
Yep.
Jeez, I'm not even paying attention. Kenneth
I
says he's
happened to
only
look up.
5'6". Okay. Like, I'm trying to think who else is that. Is that like kind of around the same height as Stallone? Or is he a little bit taller? Is he like 5'9"?
No, Stallone's like 5'6", 5'7", I thought.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he is really short.
Yeah, whereas like Schwarzenegger's what, 6'4"?
I think.
If not bigger.
Yeah. And Todd's 6'7".
Todd's just Todd.
Yeah, Todd is like 6 foot. Oh my God, he's tall.
Yes.
I used to have to spar a guy 6'9".
Ooh. So, nut shot. Strictly nut shots to him, or what?
Pretty much. Couldn't hit anything else.
Yeah. It'll be like stomach and groin blows. That sounds bad. Not blows.
Oops.
Strikes. We'll call them strikes.
Yes, that's
Body
better.
blow. Body blow.
Yeah. Body blow. Uppercut.
Knockout. What do you want, Coco?
Ooh, knock that off. That's okay. All right. Kenneth says, I'm rolling on the floor laughing hysterically while doing the curly shuffle. Well, as long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters.
Exactly. And that's what we're here for, is for the entertainment purposes.
Exactly.
We like to be entertained.
Oh, knock over my bottle or my drinking.
Save the piece.
Container, my Yeti.
Yeti, where did you get that?
Somebody gave it to me at Christmas. I think it was from Santa or something.
Yeah. I think I have one too.
All right. Taking some Uncure and cleaning off my super glue bottle.
What I usually do for that is wait until I leave it out, leave it open, and then when I go to use it the next time, cap it later. When I go to use it the next time, I'll pinch it with the needle nose pliers and peel it off then.
Oh, there you go.
Doesn't work all the time, but it works every time, 70% of the time. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
A little bit of Anchorman there.
Don't think that was Anchorman.
No? That was like 50% of the time. It works all the time.
Well, I thought that was... It might have been Anchorman, but for some reason I'm thinking Owen Wilson said that line.
Donnie's off to eat, guys. I don't know why you're eating, guys, but okay. And we'll be back later.
Well, somebody said earlier that Donnie was tasty.
Mm-hmm. No, that's why. Oh. I'm waiting to see if someone's going to correct us on where that quote's from. Let's see here. Don looks like he's calling a Sasquatch of Todd. He's a big guy. Kenneth is, of course, rolling on the ground, hysterically laughing. Don says Santa Ken. Alex says, so Buck, Andrew, as your resident experts for both animated lighting and lighting wood, ever thought of combining the two? I don't think
so. You mean?
Yeah, I don't think he means Andrew.
Are you talking about animated lighting for Wooden kit? I'm thinking that's what he means.
I
Let's see,
think so.
animate the inside lights to give a lantern the... Okay, yes. I don't know about the giving smoking look, but Alex's next comment about animated lighting, what you do is you get the lanterns or the LEDs, SMDs actually, from HDA Model Works. He has flickering warm white SMDs. That's what's in my Black Pearl.
Yes.
And any ship that I light will have something of that sort in it. Matter of fact, the Victory has flickering LEDs in it.
And by the way, your story left Kenneth blown away. You blew his mind.
Dude, sorry. Hope you find it.
Of all the things I've ever lost, I miss my mind the most.
Absolutely. Or one of the best things I ever heard from Stephen Wright. The other day no, that wasn't me. And he was always so deadpan when he said things. I threw this one out a couple of weeks ago. Threw spilled spot remover on my dog.
Yeah.
Now he's gone.
Kenneth says, I still have packs 1 to 4 of the Agora models of the Goldfinger N pack 4-stage 16 to 20 of the Fast and the Furious Skyline that I haven't done because I'm working on getting the D'Agostini Ferrari done. Is you guys still in the tornado watch there, Buck?
Yeah, we will be until 11.
Do you get many
Even though
tornadoes in your area?
No, well, we had that F1 that threw that blew up all my siding on the back of the house.
Okay.
Well, we weren't actually in the epicenter of that, but there was an F1 tornado that did touch down during that.
Oof.
Yeah. Not fun.
No, no kidding.
But also, you know, it's one of the things that we knew it when we moved here, and we've been in tornado areas before. My house in Wisconsin, when I bought it, a month before we bought the house, had been near missed by a tornado.
Yikes.
Yeah. living in this area of this country, it's nothing much you can do. And actually living on the planet, there's nothing much you can do, because when I moved to California from Wisconsin, the day I drove into town, they had a warranty ran out on my speaking. But the day I got to Yuba City, they had a tornado touch down north of Yuba City, and they don't get tornadoes in California very often.
Yeah, we don't get them too often where I am either. So
yeah, it's the hazard of living on this planet.
well, yeah, that's exactly it.
So I did some work on the Optimus Prime today.
Okay.
And I mentioned it in my video because it was really weird. In stage 72, you work on a foot. In stage 73, you work on the ion cannon. And in stage 74, you work on the foot. It's like, wait, what are you trying to do?
Whiplash.
Yep. But it is starting to come together. Now, when I got done with stage 74, I sat back and thought about it and looked at it, and I'm like, I'm over halfway done with this thing.
Nice.
Yep. The nice thing is, when I actually fully retire and the income drops, all the part works will have ended at that point. All of them that I'm paying for.
Right.
If D'Agostini wants to comp me one, I'll gladly build it. Just like Agora is. I'm looking very forward to the Constitution.
Oh, I bet. It's really right up your alley.
It is. You know, knowing the way my finances are, my initial plan was to get stage one, look at it and, you know, put it together, look at it and go, this is really cool, but I have to cancel it because I can't afford it.
Right.
But I'm being comped it, so it's like, yes. I'll have to do a little looking. Well, regardless of what Ian says, before I make any modifications, I am going to touch base with Claire and say, do you have a problem with this?
Right. What kind of mods are you thinking?
Lights. It needs lights if I can find places to put them. Especially the, and it depends on if I decide to plank the hull or not. I may just plank one side. And then, you know, if I plank just one side, I will put some LED strip because of the intricacy of the inside.
Right. It's got the full interior? Holy cow.
Thank you, Dash. And
Thanks,
you
Dash.
get another set of door mirrors. Very cool. Apparently they expect everybody to break them off.
Wow, Dash.
And a different face. Thank you very much, Dash. That is very much appreciated. And for anybody who does not realize this, when Howard donates during the HTM streams, that funding goes directly into paying for StreamYard. So Howard is helping us out immensely to pay really the only bill we have, other than any kind of swag we do at like Wonderfest.
Howard says, I need my dog stains. The problem was the neighbors looked at me funny when I kept calling to them to come. Yeah. Kenneth says, I'm not going to be able to work again till Thursday when I'm done with my eye appointment and dentist appointment, and I'm off this weekend. He says, amazing story. Buckman would save his family and dogs first, then his models if he was hit by a tornado.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we have talked about it because we don't have the cellar, which is what most people head. We don't have the storm cellar. We don't have anything really except for a 4-foot crawl space. And we've discussed it. And if we ever have an actual incident where we think we're going to get hit,
yeah,
I will make sure that my grandson, the dogs, and my wife end up downstairs, or not downstairs, but underneath in the crawl space.
Right.
Funny thing is,
models in there.
I'm not even going to worry about the models. I'm worried about saving the family.
Yes.
Funny thing is about that crawl space, I don't even remember what I was doing one time under there. I had come up from underneath there. It was doing something under the house.
Yep.
And I hadn't yet closed it, but I pulled the stool I had underneath there to help me get up from there and put the cover or close the door, just a piece of wood basically with carpet on top of it.
Right.
And then for like an hour, we were like, where is Charlie? And we heard him. He would every now and then make a noise and we're like, where are you? And I was finally like, no way. Charlie had looked in. I don't know how he did it. He got down there. It's about a 4-foot drop. And this dog was a 25-pound Pomeranian. Had to rescue him from the crawl space.
Nice.
The same dog one time was asleep on the bed, my wife's side of the bed, and he would always sleep too close to the edge of the bed until this day when he rolled over in his sleep. And all we heard was this thump. And we're both like, what was that? And Charlie comes up the stairs from the floor, and we're like, no way. He had rolled out of bed, and because he was asleep until he hit the floor, did not hurt himself.
Nice.
Yeah. He was a great dog.
Jody's
one of those dogs. Pardon? Oh,
Jody.
25. Indeed, 25-pound Pomeranian. The funny thing is, when we got him from the breeder that Andrea knows, her name was Melanie, and Melanie had told my wife that Charlie was the runt of the litter, and he should be about 6 pounds. About the time that Charlie was getting close to 20 pounds, she looked at me and she was like, he was supposed to be 6 pounds. What happened to the 6 pound dog? And I looked at her and I said, he ate the 6 pound dog. He was an amazing dog. He was one of the coolest things about him is life just happened around him and to him. He never got upset about anything. He always had this expression, this matter-of-fact expression on his face. And this truly the saddest day was the day that we had to put him down because he was getting old. He was sick. He was just not doing well. And that day he actually, I went outside and saw him out there and he looked at me and I have a picture of him from that day. And his expression says to me, I'm tired, Dad. Can I go? And that was actually the day we had him put down. We had him put down here in the house.
Oh,
he was the first one that we did that with. We did the same thing with Tyson. We will never, ever send a dog to a strange location to cross the Rainbow Bridge.
yeah.
It costs, it is expensive, but it's a family member.
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to change the subject because either that or I'm going to start crying. I know somebody in the audience is probably already starting to cry.
Oh, you got me pretty close.
Yeah. Pete McDubbs is off to get some sleep. Thanks
Have a
for
good
a great
night.
evening. He's going to go cry himself to sleep right now, I think.
Well,
And
thanks for
Pete-
joining us, Pete.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. And if you enjoy us, if you enjoy the report and everything else, please join again. And also look in the description. We do have a Discord. Pretty much everybody is welcome there. And when you get on, if you do join, just comment on who you are. You are on the stream or whatever, just to let us know that you're a real person. It's kind of a security measure we had to implement a couple of years ago.
Kenneth says, I hope we don't have to put Ian down. Well, sadly, that day comes for everyone.
Well, the thing is, we put Ian down every day, every time he's on stream. We just don't kill him.
That's right.
And unfortunately, Murphy's getting up in age too. Not there yet. Well, who knows what he's going to do, because Cody, our other Pomeranian, who is now around 15 pounds, he was the 7-pound dog, but now he's about a 15-pound dog. He must have heard us talking when we were like, yeah, he's not doing too well. Maybe it's time to start thinking about it, because he was like, that ain't happening. And he is healthy and happy and just a little feisty little turd. Well, we've had a ton of dogs, and the most amazing one we ever had was Lucy. She was a cotton Detilliard, looks like a I forget what they are. The little white dog, Maltese. They look kind of like Maltese,
Right?
and she was, well, first when she had a litter of puppies, we had rat poison out in the garage. She got out there somehow and ate it so that the puppies wouldn't. Andrea contacted the vet and said, there is no way. And she lived through that. Andrea nursed her through that and managed to keep her from passing away from that. And she lived to be, well, it was funny because we looked at her and we were like, you are getting so old, girl. And, you know, that was when she was like 14. We were wondering how soon, and she lived to be 19.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel your pain, Howard. I feel your pain.
Yeah, I can see that, Howard. Charlie was actually the first dog I ever really cried over. And I still have somewhere in here. There it is. It's on the corkboard. I have the brochure they gave us. You know, it's just some poems about dogs and a lock of his hair. The day we put him down, I read one of the poems in there, and I was reading it to Andrea, and just out of the blue, I started bawling like a baby.
As one does.
Yep. I'm sorry. I really need to get on. How about them Braves? Something.
Yeah.
Do not mean to be a downer.
Yeah, Debbie Downer.
I told you, it's Debbie from Dallas.
Oh, right. You did that thing with the football team or something?
Yeah, something.
Okay. Alex says it's strangely picked up at 3. Why does everyone wait until the last minute to shop in bulk?
Just because they can't get it anymore. What was funny is actually this week, Andrea and I did something that she normally never does. We went to Sam's Club, and I told her a long time ago, best time to go shopping, because I used to work mids, and I discovered that the best time to go shopping in the commissary was about noon, between 9 and noon on a Tuesday. We went to Sam's Club between 9 and noon on this past Tuesday, and we were almost the only people in there. It's so cool.
Nice.
I can understand that, Howard. Yep. Okay, I'm done. Next order of business. That's from Howard.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not going to read that, Howard. Just as, yeah, we're just not feeling. We're not feeling the love for animals right now. We're just having a hard time.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I responded. I responded to it and did not read it or put it on screen.
Yes. Okay. I see the in Canadian sports news. I see the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators, both Ontario teams, are playing in the playoffs tonight against each other.
Those just started yesterday.
Hmm.
Playoffs.
Well, I got my pretty much assembled now. I got to do some like the little painting, like the lights and stuff like that. I got to do a little bit of weathering, and then I can unmask the windows on the turret. But it's pretty much assembled now. It's not a bad kit. It's from Trumpeter.
Ah, dropped a scroll. Dropped both scrolls. Oh no. Wait, isn't that supposed to be accompanied with the stream ending?
Well, I don't know.
Well, that's usually what happens. Oh wait, it's not one. Oh no, it's oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I just wanted to put that over there.
Oh, what am I going to make for supper tonight?
Destroyed chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. I did get some chicken. Also got some steak. Steak strips, like the really thin cut ones. So I could do that. I was thinking I'd like doing a steak fajita or something. Mistake Man says, I've got to go. Thanks for the company, guys. You take care, Mistake Man. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you next time.
Yep, enjoy, Mistake Man. Thank you for coming by.
Don't forget to go hit his channel and subscribe and watch his videos. He's got some nice.
I do that.
Thank you. He says you too. Find if I wear this thing for long enough, I start getting an itchy forehead. Ugh.
Hey, none of that.
Yeah.
Next thing you'll know, you'll have Ken.
Find something else to work on.
Next thing you know, you'll have Ken on his iPad banning people.
Yep. Okay, iPad out. Let's see who I can ban. No.
Howard's here.
This way though for a little bit, just to kind of let the glue and stuff solidify a little bit more and whatnot.
Well, I'm actually at a stopping point.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What about you, Keith?
As soon as I finish this little guy here, what I'm doing, I'm going to be done.
All right.
All right. Well,
So,
while we're waiting.
let's start with you, Ken. Show
Okay.
us what you did.
All right, then. So, bring that back out. Basically I finished assembling. I did my color modulation, and I did attached all the tools and stuff to the sides. Attached my lights up here in the mirrors. And let's see how many times I knock those off now. But yeah, for now, I think this is pretty much done, this build. I got to attach the fuel, got to touch up some paint on a few of the handholds, and then a little bit of light weathering, and pretty much done at that point. So yeah, that's it.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Okay, and I'll swap over to me. So first thing I did was tonight was build a bookshelf, and the scrolls keep falling out of that drawer. Those scrolls were a pain to do.
Oh,
Yeah. Try rolling up a sticker.
oh, yeah, that does not sound fun.
But built the bookshelf, which it's actually going to go onto the second panel here.
Okay,
Built a chandelier.
nice.
I built a chair. Not a bad chair.
Did you build a rocking chair as well?
Not yet.
And then tell everyone to look up, way up. And then you'll call Rusty. That's for all my Canadians watching.
Ah. And then started out with the bear placard. Well, actually, the first thing I had to do was, if you see back there, the yellow backing, this is actually a sticker that I put the backing, left the backing on and glued it into that frame. And there's stickers, multiple stickers. This shelf, the shelves over here, the shelf or the sword rack, just one wall of the book nook is done.
Nice. It's looking good.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
Slow
start
going. It's slow going, but it is very relaxing. So over to Keith.
All righty. Well, these three I've got. Nope, no, these three. I've still got some highlighting to do on them.
Right.
Put a wash on them.
Oh, they're looking good though.
So
They look fantastic.
So that,
thank you. But
the
this
detail in
one,
those in that skin.
He's had the wash put on him, but I've also already gone back through and done the highlighting again.
That's so cool.
And then
That is.
go ahead, Buck.
No, I said that is. It's very cool.
And then this little guy, he's had his. I just finished up re-highlighting him after I put the wash on. Still a lot of details to get on there and paint, but that's what I got accomplished today.
All right on.
Takes time. I'm slow.
Oh yeah. Well, on the book nooks, the wooden stuff, I'm relatively slow too. So who's gonna take us out? We don't have Jordan.
Well, I know there's a million things you could have done. No, wait. I don't want to steal his actual outro.
Ian did.
That's true, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I would like to say thank you to everyone who's been watching us today, and thanks to my additional hosts along with me, Buck and Keith. But we got Howard. Howard, thanks for your donation. Who else have we seen here? Mistake Man, Don, Manning Tree, Kenneth,
Trent.
Jody, Alec.
Jody, Alec. Oh, geez, the list goes on and on. There was like 30 of you at one time. Stephen Haynes, he says night all. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Links to each of our channels is down below. So go down there and feel free to subscribe to us, and also subscribe to HTM for more great streams. But until next time, our next, I guess your guys' next show will be a little bit on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. I'm not sure who else is going to be there. I've called my Falcon done, so it's on the shelf, but I'll be in the background.
Okay. And then next Friday. So thanks again for watching. You guys take care and enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend, and we'll enjoy your week, and we'll see you next time.
See you, everybody.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.